Alright, welcome to my first game of the REV GP of this month. I'm playing 4-color Consonance, which is the same deck I ran last GP, except Consonance has been nerfed, so that'll be interesting. And I'm playing against Dravos, who's on, let me check. They seem to be on some sort of, also some sort of rampy deck, and yeah, like ramp midrange, green-black. They're on the play, so not what I would have preferred, and this hand has no early game, so I'm mulliganing it. This hand has some early game, so I keep this. And do I bomb Grand Consonance? I think I do, because it's going to take a while before it becomes useful, and so I might as well just play out my 5 drops before then. So it seems like I'm probably going to turn 1 play Need of I Tap, turn 2 fetch Forest, and then play Elvish Witness. They're going to play out a tap land turn 1. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's a Forest. So do I need to fetch my off colors? I think it'd be useful, so I'm going to play New Divide tapped here, then play Forest next turn, and I guess fetch planes because my Cathette and Arsawv all have white mana, and then Running the Folds can be whatever. I'll cast it once I get red mana. Okay, so Elvish Witness, yep. So they have their Elvish Witness, I have my Elvish Witness. Okay, so they bin the 2-gate Corpse Maker, interesting, and then keep 1 on top, sure. Okay, so let's see what I draw. Drift off. Yeah, so definitely want to get white mana with New Divide. And where's my white source? Plains. There we go. And yeah, my only Elvish Witness. Let's see what's on top. Ooh, Wild Court Seeker is really good. Do I keep Wild Court Seeker on top? I mean, I do, right? Because that's a really good card. Do I bin Forest? The answer is no, because I want to... Well, actually, I do need red, right? Otherwise... I mean, I can play Arsawv, but I can't play anything else. Yeah, so I guess I keep Wildcore on top and bin the Forest. Yeah, I'm gonna keep Forest on top. Like, I'm gonna need lands eventually. Might as well not try to accidentally mana screw myself by trying to not color screw myself. Although I am pretty color screwed right now if Elvish Witness gets killed. Because next turn, if Elvish Witness gets killed, I played Wildcourt Seeker, and then that thing also gets killed before I can attack, then I can't actually cast anything the turn afterwards. But if I draw another land, I can at least slam Arsawv. Seems like they're just slamming a 3-drop. Aren't Ascetic. Okay, that's good, because my Elvish Witness survived, so I get to play Cathette and kill their Elvish Witness. Unless they have another trick up their sleeve. They haven't played a land this turn, so they have 2 land plays remaining, so they can play a 2-drop kill spell. Yeah, they can succumb to history my Elvish Witness, and that'd be really bad, because then I won't be able to cast anything next turn. I mean, I can play the thing the Wild Court Seeker I dropped the top, but then what? Because I know I have a Forest coming up. You divide. Okay, let's see if they have a kill spell to deal with my Mad Dork. Seems like the answer is no, because all their lands are tapped. Wonderful. So they don't get to deal with my Mad Dork, but I get to deal with their Mad Dork. And yep. So that means if Elvish Witness survives another turn, I get to slam Arsawv next turn, or Running of the Bulls, and they're going to be in even deeper trouble. Yeah, just kill this thing, make 2 creatures, gain 2 life. Yeah, this is really good. And then I pass a turn. I guess if this continues to survive, I just get to attack with 4/4s. So like they have 2 threats that they have to deal with. They have to kill my Elvish Witness so I don't get to play Arsawv next turn, and they have to kill my Cathette so that I don't get to keep Cathette in play. And they're gonna swing in with an Ascetic, which means I'm gonna have to chump with one of my creatures. I should probably start thinking about what to do next turn. I'm gonna play Arsawv and probably plus her, so what board wipes do they have? I don't think they don't have any board wipes main, so I don't have to worry about trying to play around board wipes. And they play Gift of the Dead Woods, so it lets them look at top 3 and get something. I mean, that's fine. I'm gonna play on the Waking Block. Does that do anything? Oh, it does, because if you animate this thing, then it's still gonna have the combat trigger. Oh, that's interesting. Are they ancient yet? No, they're definitely not. Another Gift of Deadwoods. Well, I mean, it gets them closer to being ancient. And they're gonna stick out one of their other things. Okay, they have Scratch's Horsemen. Is that coming out soon? No, they're kind of far away, right? They only have 4 mana. They're probably just gonna take 2-gate Corpse Maker, which is really bad against tokens. So they're actually, maybe they take Elvish Witness instead. They're gonna take Elvish Witness. Yeah, makes sense. And I mean, they're how close are they to being ancient? So 1 land in yard and 5 lands in play, so that's still 2 lands away. And let's see what I draw. Another, yeah, I mean, I know what I'm gonna draw. I put Forest on top. Okay, so since they're tapped out, what I do here is And since this gives vigilance, I'm just gonna plus Unleashed Witness so I can have the White Warrior stand back and defend, I guess. Like, how much do I care about my Planeswalkers? Alternatively, the Running of the Bulls, what does that do? Let's see another threat that they have to deal with. Is the Planeswalker more scary, or is the enchantment more scary? I mean, leaving a Planeswalker undefended isn't great, and I probably want to swing out this turn. The Cathette plus well, no, yeah, I think I play Arsawv this turn then. So Cathette plus, and make this guy a 4/4, or no, make this guy make Elvish Witness a 4/4. Swing out. Are they gonna take? Come on, take the vigilance damage. Alright, and then post combat I play Arsawv and plus her. So she's at 6. I make tokens. And yeah, I mean I'm super far ahead right now. So what can they do against me? They need a bunch of Succumb to Histories. I mean, they can also play Silver Sound Ancient and blow up a bunch of things. I'm actually pretty low to the ground, right? Or my impactful permanent count isn't super high right now, so if they have a bunch of Silver Sound Ancients, they can blow up all my things. And Snakewood's Final Servant, what would that do? It's an 8/8, so I mean, that's pretty scary on its own. And then it's gonna start reanimating stuff. Scratch's Horseman. I mean, that's something that they can reanimate with Snakewood's Final Servant. Tenacious Snapvine, what does that thing do? Does it have haste? No, it doesn't have haste. Okay, they're gonna play New Divide. So they are going to be ancient, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they're ancient now. So they get to animate 2 lands and then swing in with Arsawv plus 2 guys. Are they tramply? No, they don't have trample. They just chump with my soldiers and then it's a wash. Like, my planeswalkers don't get picked down too much, and then next turn I guess I plus Cassette again, try to swing in, and then plus Arsawv again, probably, just to make it even harder to deal with. And then play Running of the Bulls, probably. Okay, they're gonna bin their Arsawv off their Surveil. Okay, and going to combat, they're gonna animate both their lands. I guess I do have to start thinking about if I have to leave back guys. I don't think I do. Right, like next turn, I just plus Arsawv again and just block their guys again. You just keep chumping their lands. Arsawv is really good at protecting herself. Actually, next turn I'm just gonna cassette the Eldritch Witness because might as well get some more guys into play, and then play Running of the Bulls too, which forces them to. Okay, they're just gonna attack everything. Yeah, that's fine. That's to be expected. I block like this, and Arsawv loses a counter, and I gain 2. Seems like they still don't have to succumb to history because they would have played it right. They would have played it if they had it in order to open up an attack, and they pass. All right. Let's see what I draw. Drift off again. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go Running of the Bulls then. Unless I want to go Wild Court Drift off. Is there any point in doing that? I don't think there is. Or maybe there is because it gets Wild Court into play and that thing's gonna finally unmask me. It might be worth it. But do I actually drift off? I drift off one of their Gifts to Deadwoods, I think. Is that what I want to do? Or do I just want to slam Running the Bulls and start pressuring them? I think I'm more interested in pressuring them right now. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm gonna manage Cassette to kill the Eldritch Witness because I want to get that thing out of here. And yeah, Running of the Bulls. So beginning of combat. Maybe they still have Succumb to History in hand or something. Well, now they get to use it if they want. Do you have any main deck ways of killing non-creatures? I mean, it's just Silver Sound Ancient, right? Which they can't cast because I killed their Mana Dork, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, plus Arsawv again, making more guys. This is a lot of guys. And next time I get to my Arsawv and make an emblem, and that's gonna give all my guys flying and +1/+1, and that probably just kills them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, they can still play Silver Sound Ancient next turn if they top deck a land, or if they play a land. The game's not over just yet, because I have to contend with Silver Sound Ancients. But the good news is, if they play Silver Sound Ancient, then they tap out, so they don't get to attack with their lands. Seems like it's Silver Sound Ancient time. Yep. So what are you blowing up? If you're smart, you might want to blow up the planes. Okay, they're just gonna blow up Arsawv. Yeah, that's fine. I just get to remove this thing then. And then attack in next turn again. That probably kills them, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it probably kills them. And they're tapped out, so I don't have to worry about responses. Yep. Well, I mean, it's pretty much GG, right? It only enters the battlefield and it's persist, so it's not gonna come back. And I'm gonna cassette this guy. Running of the Bulls makes an Ox, and I'm just gonna swing out. And it probably kills them. And Ringing the Bells prevents this team from blocking, so yeah, GG. Yep, okay, good. So, looks like I just got a game where instead of ramping super hard, I just ramped once and then played 5-mana Planeswalkers and won. So yeah, this shows that the deck can do stuff even if it doesn't ramp all the way up to Grand Consonance. So anyways, what do I do here? Well, I mean, they're a deck that uses the graveyard, right? So, but Lifting Fountain isn't actually good, right? The only thing that it stops is Snakewood's Final Servant. Everything else only counts stuff that's already in the graveyard, and Lifting Fountain doesn't do anything against that. Or actually, it stops Gift of the Deadwoods, but that's also an early mill card, so I don't think I care about that too much. And also, Lifting Fountain stops my own Wild Court Seeker, so that's not great. They're probably going to bring in more removal, so like Baleflock, Strength from Suffering. Anyways, what am I doing here? I don't think I actually have to do much. Bring the Hells down, maybe. Like, they're not actually that feature heavy. Maybe Braze is good. Is Braze good? I mean, it kills most of their things. Yeah, maybe I bring it in. Might as well have more answers to Mana Dorks. Snow Singers, Fall Spring always feels bad, right? Feels bad to play. I'm just gonna trim Snow Singers, right? Because Fury Calhellion's way better. Sure, hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me. And, well, this is a hand with lots of, it's unkeepable. This is a hand that's actually quite keepable because it's just Eldritch Witness plus Fury Calhellion, but I can draw stuff to get myself out of it. So what? I want to fetch pretty hard. I think Contested Passage is the odd one out here. I'm gonna bomb it. I'm probably gonna fetch with an Ancient Light Vein, or no, Luxurious Estate will turn on an Ancient Light Vein. So it probably means that I go New Divide, Forest, Estate, and then Light Vein. And if Eldritch Witness is still alive by then, I get to slam Fury Calhellion and blow up one of their lands. Actually, did I want to put out Snow Singers? Like, it draws 3 cards, right? Which is probably good in this matchup. I'm not sure. So they're going to start off with New Divide tapped, and I'm also going to do the same. Or do I play Luxurious Estate tapped? And now New Divide tapped. Because it gets something to the yard for in case I top deck Wild Court Seeker. And this is probably fetching Mountain because Fury Calhellion requires double red. So let's see if they also have to turn to Eldritch Witness. They fetch a Forest. Yep, it's turn to Eldritch Witness. So same thing as last game, except this time I have way less gas in my hand and way more lands. But that's a good thing because that means I can confidently bin lands off Eldritch Witness without feeling bad about it. Actually, New Divide's probably fetching Plains because I might want to play Rift Off earlier than Fury Calhellion. I think I can always get to 2 red for Fury Calhellion on turn 4. I might as well try to get enough mana for Drift Off on turn 3 or whatever. And now they're thinking, okay, they bin Snakewood's Final Servant. Do they have any graveyard recursion? They have Fleshmaker's Harvest, right? Yeah, that's their only graveyard recursion. So Snakewood's Final Servant isn't going to be doing much this game. They're also going to bin Ardent Ascetic. Interesting. I would have thought you would keep that sort of card for early when you want to ramp. Cassette, yeah, this is definitely fetching white then. Where's white? Yep. So yeah, nice mirror match. Ooh, this is nice. So yeah, it looks like fetching Plains paid off here because I get to keep Drift Off on top. So I keep Drift Off on top. Next turn, I slam Cassette if Eldritch Witness survives. If it doesn't, I Drift Off their Eldritch Witness. And then turn after that, if Eldritch Witness dies, then I play Cassette. Yeah, I have really good plays lined up. Do I need Asahai in this game at all then? Because I already have enough 5-drops, right? So I'm just going to bin Asahai because I don't need more 5-drops. Or, I mean, yeah, Fury Calhellion is enough 5-drops for me. I want something more impactful. And then I just pass. So, actually, an Ancient Light Vein. No, an Ancient Light Vein is going to be fetching red because I need double red for Fury Call. So, I'm playing Luxurious Estate next turn. And then the turn afterwards, I fetch red with an Ancient Light Vein. Okay, let's see what 3-drop they have. Aren't a sec. Okay, no wonder they bin one. No, they are ramping, but so am I, right? Well, so now they're not going to deal with Eldritch Witness, which means I get to drop Cassette into Fury Calhellion, which is really scary for them. And Cassette will ping off the Eldritch Witness, which prevents them from ramping. A really similar situation to last game. In fact, like, really, really similar. Suspiciously similar. Oh, they finally have succumbed to history to, oh. And never mind. Yeah, now I just get to kill Evelyn Snakewood with Cassette, which is pretty nice. How close are they to endgame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can get endgame next turn if they have a land, but it doesn't matter because I'm just gonna kill Evelyn. Okay, there's Drift Off. Play this thing untapped. I don't actually need to. Yeah, I don't need to use Luxurious Estate because Eldritch Witness is making the red, and then this thing kills that. And I guess I'm just gonna have to double. I'm gonna have to trump Iron Ascetic plus Elvish Witness if they attack with that. I doubt they're gonna attack with that though. But yeah, next turn I have Fury Call Helion, which is really scary for them because it blows up Fungal Mire or it just kills one of their Thanes. I think I'd rather blow up Fungal Mire. Like cassette Mycene twice. That's like making make 4/1/1s deal 4 damage split between 2 things. That's extremely good. Like I'm fine with just Mycene cassette next turn and crashing her in because I already have Fury Call Helion coming down to just completely mask you them. Fleshmaker's Harvest. So I guess they're gonna be using the first mode of the, or they're gonna be using the second mode of the campaign in order to get back Snakewood plus Snakewood's Final Servant or something. I'm not sure. I forget. So what they also brought in New Growth, which also answers my Planeswalkers, and they're gonna attack in. Yep, that's to be expected. I chump because I want to be able to minus get that Elvish Witness next turn. They can use the first mode to get some board presence. That does use things, right? 2/2s, so that contests my Planeswalkers, but that's fine because I have Fury Call Helion coming down, and that thing doesn't really care about what's happening. No, they're just gonna exile their reanimation targets. Or no, they're gonna exile their smaller creatures. What? They're gonna bring back a land? Okay, sure. I mean, that's fine. They're also gonna bring back Evelyn. Sure. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with minusing cassette to kill the Evelyn if they play it. Are they? Do they have endgame right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're 1 away from endgame. Not that it matters because I'm killing Evelyn anyways. But oh, Crown Guard ban. Huh. They don't know what's in my hand though. Are they just naming Grand Consonance? This is a really weird time to use it because I'm pretty far away from actually casting Grand Consonance. So you're just doing something that doesn't. I literally just bomb Arsawv. Why do you think I have? I see. You think I have another Arsawv because I've been one of them. Yeah, sure. I'll let you think that. How many copies of Arsawv do I run anyways? 3 copies. Okay, so I guess that's not too far of a stretch. But yeah, I mean, they just did something that doesn't affect the board, so I'm pretty happy with that. Another Elvish Witness. Here I just play Fury Call Helion and blow up their board, right? No, I blow up their Fungal Mire because I want to master them. So anyways, Nascent Lightbane fetches Forest, or I mean Mountain. Cassette kills Elvish Witness. Fury Call Helion blows up the swamp, and then like they're pretty far behind mana-wise. They can use Fleshmaker's Harvest to make some creatures, but that's fine because I have a Fury Call Helion, so I'm already ahead on board. Yeah, seems pretty solid. Alright, kill your Mad Dork. Oh yeah, I probably should have played Fury Call Helion first because I want to put these guys in the tunnels. It doesn't matter. Anyways, blow up your land, and I'm gonna put this guy in the tunnels because because since I'm ahead on board, I want to, okay, sure. Since I'm ahead on board, I want to split my guys between the tunnels so that it's harder for them to block. But yeah, they take it. Alright, whack them for 1. Now I'm super ahead on board right now. I guess they can like put something big in the tunnels, but then that means my creatures, or my tokens are still getting through. Also, I have Drift off the back to deal with whatever they deploy. I guess if they have lands, they can still play a 6-drop because they play 2 lands off Arnet Ascetic. They're gonna have to attack with Arnet Ascetic though. Wait, yeah, maybe I should put Fury Call Helion on the surface. Well, no, if I wanted to get Fury Call Helion into the tunnels, then I have to, it's maybe, if you play a tunnel, can you like make a tunnel and not go into it? I think you probably can. Maybe that was a better play, like just play Fury Call Helion on the surface, make a tunnels, and then minus cassette and put the creature's tokens in the tunnels. Yeah, maybe. Like, now they get to swing with Arnet Ascetic and make some tokens. Swing for free. That's probably fine. It's just some 2/2s. If they decide to stick it in tunnels, then it's not blocking my creature tokens, and if they don't, then Fury Call Helion still gets through. And I can always drift off, like, actually, yeah, I can play Drift Off Kick next turn, and just exile their entire board. Strength from suffer. Oh, okay, yeah, that does stuff. That would have been nice for a Fury Call to be on the surface there, then, in order to prevent the free attack from Arnet Ascetic. Okay, so I don't get to play Drift Off Kick next turn. If they play a big enough threat, I will drift off it. If they don't, I'm just gonna play Elvish Witness and see what I flip. Right, yep. I have to let it happen, so they get 2 creatures. Alright, they get to exile my things too. So what good top decks do I have? Any of my Planeswalkers will be good, or any of my Planeswalkers except Arsawv. They're not gonna put it in the tunnels. I mean, they do have more life than me, so they can race me if they want. I still think I have the scarier late game, so I probably have better top decks than they do. Oh, well, that's convenient. I guess I just play Fury Call Hellion number 2 and go to town. Like, if you're gonna put everything in the tunnels, then I can outrace you. I just play Fury Call Hellion and blow up their land, right? Yeah, probably. Do I blow up their swamp or their forest? Seems like they have their the blowing up their forest prevents them from playing triple green cards, which is only Silver Sun Ancient. And actually, didn't they already bomb Snakewood's Final Servant? Yeah, so I should blow up green to prevent them from playing Silver Sun Ancient, right? What about non-creature? Yeah, I think I just blow up their forest. And that also means I'm winning the damage race because, yeah, I mean, all my Fury Call Hellions are in the tunnels. Or, wait, non-basic land, never mind. Right, well, I just have to blow up their non-basic land then. Like, keeping them off mana is way more important than just hitting them in the face, I think. Although the fact that Fury Call Hellion can hit face with the 4 damage too is pretty impressive. Yeah, so they whacked me for 4 each turn, but I whacked them for 8, so I still win the damage race. I have Drift Off in case I draw a land, which means, I mean, double or kick Drift Off lets me flip the board state on them. They play Fungal Mire, yeah, but not like they're constantly stuck on low amounts of mana, so they can't play their big bad finishers. Do they have a way to kill my thing? No, they just have Evelyn Snakewood. And they have Endgame apparently, what? Are they going for endgame right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, they do have endgame if they tap out. Alright, yeah, I take. Is Evelyn they're not playing Evelyn in the tunnels either. Are they just gonna take Fury Call Hellion hits to the face? I guess so. Okay, they're finally in the endgame. What are they gonna cast? They just pass. Okay, they don't have anything to do with their mana. They're just tapping out to enter the endgame. Well, they're gonna be pretty disappointed once Evelyn Snakewood dies to Grand Consonance. Okay, so I'm not going to be kicking Drift Off, which is still fine because you can get rid of Evelyn Snakewood, swing for 8. They swing for 5. I'm down to 9, but they're down. Yeah, but I also get to play Elvish Witness, so that's something at least. I'll tap like this. Play Elvish Witness. I'm going to put you above the tunnels in case I need to chump block anything. Let's see what's on top. Ooh, okay, yeah, this is some very good cards. Do I just keep this. I mean, Fury Call Hellion number 2 seems really nice as a follow-up. You have to take 1 to do this, but yeah, get rid of you and whack you with Fury Call Hellions. Alright. So they're dead to 2 more Hellion swings. And I mean I have a Hellion on top of the deck, so you're gonna have to deal with a lot of Hellion swings. If I play Hellion, I think I just blow up their Fungal Mire again. I keep them off mana because that prevents them from stabilizing. Like their big stuff is what helps them stabilize, so it should just prevent them from ever casting them. I will just take the damage though, which does put me pretty low. Well, they can't cast Scratch's Horseman because I keep blowing up their lands, so I'm pretty safe in that regard. And they just pass. Okay. Are you ready for Hellion number 3? I should preserve life. Now, I should probably put Hellion number 3 above the tunnel so I don't keep getting whacked by those guys. They're just gonna take, right? They just take. Okay, good. So yeah, brace yourself for Hellion number 3. That one is going above the tunnels. I mean, they have Ancient, right? Because, yeah, I blew up so many lands. But if they have a bunch of Succumb to Histories, they can still get back into this game. Or at least not die to Hellion swings. Otherwise, they're going to have to start putting stuff in the tunnels to chump the Hellions. And, like, if they do that, I just have to top deck a land and then I get to play Grand Consonance with all new art. Because I won last GP and I get to promo it with new art if I win the GP. They just concede. Alright, yeah. Got there. 3 Hellions back to back is definitely something. I got pretty lucky there. But this deck runs 4 Hellions now, so I mean, it's to be expected. And Hellion's a blessed card. But yeah, so that's my first game won. See you in the next round.